Hello, I'm Travis Campbell. I'm the Technology Coordinator and 2014 Website Design Contest winner of the NCJCL, and today I'll be teaching you how to create the best possible website for a Latin club. So if you haven't been living under a literal rock for the past 100-something years, you would know that any organization, such as a Latin club, needs a good website for its members to keep up with the group's goings-on and for potential members to use to become actual members. However, designing a website good enough to win an award is no easy task, but with the tips and techniques you can learn from this workshop, you'll be making fantastic websites in no time. So let's take a look at some of the top services for website building. Which website building service is best for you? At the top of many people's lists would be WordPress, as it's used by pretty much everyone and will give you the best website. WordPress is completely customizable and can be used for almost anything. A lot of people use WordPress for its flexibility, but this flexibility comes with complexity. WordPress also requires a domain name and a web host, which you have to pay for. Next is the ever-popular Google Sites. Google Sites is definitely a good choice for anyone looking to design a simple functional Latin club that's easy to manage and create. However, Google Sites does not offer a lot of visual customization besides some banner background tweaks that you can add. Your Google Sites website will probably be usable, but it will look like literally every Google Sites page ever. Some examples. Okay, serving as an in-between website building service, Weebly.com has a lot of customizability while still being easy to learn and not that hard to master. Weebly offers many different kinds of themes and widgets and the ability to edit the page's HTML and CSS. Even though most people will probably be able to master the art of using WordPress, we will be using Weebly as an example for this workshop because of its ease of use. So without any further ado, let's get right into creating the best website ever. So creating a Weebly account is pretty much the same as creating any other kind of account, so we don't really need to go into that. Let's just start out by clicking Add Site to begin, and the focus of our site is indeed a site. So let's choose a theme. The thing about Weebly themes is it doesn't matter what theme you choose, you can always change the something different, and all the elements on the page will just go to where they're supposed to be, and it'll just look great. Make sure the theme you're choosing matches the focus of your site. So if you're making a site about Latin, maybe like the theme shouldn't be a bakery theme with pictures of cake and stuff. Just something to keep in mind. So let's just choose this theme because it looks great for what we're designing. So we can choose a domain name. Weebly gives you a free domain name with Weebly in the URL. Your own domain name with .com at the end or whatever you want looks more professional, but it does cost like $25 a year or so. So we're just gonna not choose for now because we can do that later. Okay, so let's start off by turning this off. The homepage is one of the most, if not the most important page on a website. This is what anyone will see when they first get to the website. So let's start by adding a banner. Some themes will start you out with a different banner layout, but this can be changed by going to the Pages section and choosing what layout we'll have. So we can choose the tall header in this case because it works good for homepages in my opinion. And to add a banner, we just click Add Image, and we can just drag and drop the banner I've already made before. So basically, when you're designing a banner, just make it like a large image with the logo in the center. That way, no matter what size the banner space is, you can just drag it and the logo will be in the center. And so it looks good. So just save to all pages. And we've finished the banner. So, next let's add two elements to the top of the site. These will serve as the top parts of the main part of the site and the sidebar. So basically, anything that we add, we can add under these, and they'll just stay there and it'll look great. So let's start out by just adding a title to the to this. The cool, all caps because that looks a lot more professional. Cool Latin Club, in this case. Oh gosh. Cool Latin Club, and we can center that, but this font really doesn't suit the website very well in my opinion, so we can just change that by going to Change Fonts, Paragraph Titles, and just choose the font we want, Montserrat, and change the size to 34, the weight to bold, the color to black, and that looks way better and way more Latin-y. So let's add a description of our group. Basically, when someone comes to your site, The main reason would be to find out more about the group and the services it offers. So make sure the description is brief and to the point, since a long blurb about the group can be put in the About Us page. I already have something written down that I'll just copy and paste for this. So let's just copy and paste that. And just get all the formatting, fix all the formatting stuff. Set it to not bold. Maybe change the size. And that looks great. And we can add a divider tab in between that and the title to make it look better. Spacing above too small. And that looks pretty good. So let's start adding some images to the site to give it, to breathe life into it and give it artistic value. So let's start out with an image of the group, the Latin group, with such swag. Okay, so to add an image, you can just drag and drop it here, or you can do it a better way if you want. It just depends on your opinion. So that just looks amazing and fantastic. So let's start by, let's fill out that sidebar we had before. We can add an image that says join now, and it will link to the contact us page. So basically they can like join by clicking it. So we can do this by just going to our image that we made before and dragging it here and doing all that stuff, and there it is. And we can just make it link to a page by going to link and then selecting which page we want to link it to. So that looks pretty good, I guess. And we can also add some more complex stuff like a Twitter feed, which we can add by going to twitter.com/settings/widgets. And okay, so we can add a widget by just selecting create new, and then we can select what user it's from. In this case, we'll be selecting Latin Liz NC. And we can include replies, change the theme to dark, change the height to 400, and create widget. So we can just embed that by going to copying that and going to adding an embed code. So this is a good example of embedding code as doing that as an element on Weebly. Just copy and paste that. And now we have a Twitter feed. So for that text box we had earlier, we can include a quote, because that always looks good and it's something to fill up space on a sidebar. So let's just add something from Herodotus' The Histories by copying and pasting it, and then changing the color to black, because Weebly likes to change everything to gray. Centering it, making this bigger, I guess, and that looks great. And on the top, we can add just something to make the top of the sidebar look good, the abbreviation of our club, the CLC for the Cool Latin Club, and then we can just center that. And if you had a carrot symbol, it looks kind of like a face with a mustache. Fun fact. Okay, so let's add a divider tab between that and the title and all that fun stuff. Spacing above is small to make it look more centered. And to finish off our home page, let's add a map, because the map is a great way for people to find your Latin club. You can just set the address by going to address and then setting your address, and that looks swag-alicious, I guess. So now let's make a blog page, because also, as you may have noticed, the site looks kind of far down, as in the main part of the site is like, I don't know, 90 pixels down from where it should be. So we can just fix this by going to edit HTML/CSS and then going to the hashtag wrap, and no, we don't want one of those. Changing the, setting position to relative, and so that gives us the ability to like move it, and it's like relative, and the top to -9. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? -90 pixels. Gosh. And that just moves it up by 90 pixels, and it looks amazingly better. So, great. Now let's make a blog page. Having a blog page for your Latin club is extremely important, as it provides most of the content on the site that readers will be able to go through. It also gives visitors a chance to see what a fun, interesting group of people you are, and keeps current readers up to date with what's going on in the group. To create a blog page, simply go to Pages. ads, and then a blog page. And blog is a great name and everything's perfect. Save and edit. Okay, so basically just what do you think you would do? You just click new post, and then you can add a new post by putting in the post title, such as fall form reminder, because that's something that happened. Oh no, we don't want to put title there. Sorry, I'll edit that out. By taking a text element, and then we can put that there, and that looks amazing, but it doesn't. So we have to add some content to this by copying and pasting and changing the color to black and fixing that spacing. Perfect. Now, okay, now it's perfect. And we can add an image, because images give blog posts much betterness, and just take an image, something that happened in this blog, like there's a bake sale, fun fact, mentioned in this blog post, I think. And so here's a picture from the bake sale from the cool Latin Club. Something out about that, yeah. So finally, let's add an officers page. An officers page is basically a page that's exclusive to Latin clubs that lists the officers of the club and their positions and all that fun stuff. Maybe even a Q&A sort of thing with a description of them. So much fun. Okay, so let's title this Officers and save and edit. So we can just do this by adding an image, and normally you would add like multiple images like so, but not like that, because then you wouldn't have something to like, you'll see. Add a text element to the side, and that will serve as like what's telling them about it. So normally you would add multiple images under here, but for the sake of not having to resize the images and making it look awkward and losing the hilarity of the memes and all that stuff, ha ha ha, so funny. Oh wait, I didn't even put the notes in yet. Next we can copy and paste the notes from what I already wrote and put them there, and just format everything correctly. And some hilarious PSAT memes and stuff. How funny. Ha. Okay, and that's basically our officers page. And the Latin Club site is finished. So, let's publish it and see how it is. Okay, subdomain shall be test site 2222222, because I wouldn't want to take any perfectly good URL for like a tutorial video. And the category is other. And wow, it just looks beautiful. So amazing. So basically in 15 minutes we've created a website that is pretty much like a start of a Latin Club website. The site is now finished and it looks amazing. And that's all. Bye.